The power of belief. Theodore Roosevelt's words, "Believe you can and you're halfway there," resonate across time and cultures as a powerful distillation of the human spirit. More than just an affirmation, this quote encapsulates the foundational role of belief in achievement. Whether in personal ambitions, professional goals, or life's deepest challenges, belief is the first step, and often the most difficult. This essay delves into the meaning, psychology, history, and real-life applications of Roosevelt's quote. It explains why belief is so potent, how it serves as both mindset and momentum, and how cultivating belief in oneself changes the trajectory of one's entire life. Who was Theodore Roosevelt? Before analyzing the quote, it's important to understand the man behind it. Theodore Roosevelt, 1858 to 1919, was the 26th President of the United States, a war hero, conservationist, writer, and reformer. He overcame childhood illness, personal tragedy, and political defeat, always returning stronger. He is remembered for his bold leadership, relentless optimism, and personal courage. Roosevelt's quote, therefore, isn't theoretical, it is born of lived experience. He believed in the power of mindset as a cornerstone of action. Dissecting the quote. Believe you can. This is a call to internal conviction. It's not about wishful thinking, but about cultivating an unshakable sense of capability. And you're halfway there. This part reveals something profound. Once belief is present, action becomes possible. Belief clears the path, mobilizes willpower, and turns intention into motion. Roosevelt is telling us that belief is not the whole journey, but it is the decisive turning point. The psychology of self-belief, self-efficacy. Psychologist Albert Bandura coined the term self-efficacy, the belief in one's ability to succeed in specific situations. High self-efficacy leads to greater persistence, improved performance, better stress management. People with self-belief are more likely to try, to endure, and to succeed. The inner voice. What we say to ourselves matters. Thoughts like, "I can't do this," result in self-sabotage. "I'll figure it out," lead to creative solutions. Belief shapes perception, perception shapes behavior, behavior shapes outcome. Why most people never start. Despite having dreams, many people remain stuck because they don't believe. They're smart enough, they have the right background. They'll succeed on the first try. Roosevelt's quote acknowledges that the first step isn't doing something, it's believing something. Historical examples of belief in action. 1. Thomas Edison. Edison believed he could create electric light, even after thousands of failures. That belief kept him working until the light bulb was born. 2. Rosa Parks. Her quiet courage was fueled by belief in her right to dignity. Her refusal to give up her bus seat ignited a civil rights revolution. 3. Elon Musk. Musk believed in colonizing Mars and electrifying transportation, long before others did. His belief attracted talent, capital, and innovation. The halfway point. Why belief isn't enough. Roosevelt says belief gets you halfway. Why not the whole way? Because action, skill, discipline, and resilience complete the journey. Belief is the ignition, not the engine. You may believe you can write a novel, but you still need to write it. You may believe in running a marathon, but you must train for months. You may believe in your startup idea, but you must fund, build, and test it. Belief is vital, but it must be activated. Belief and identity. We behave in ways that align with who we think we are. If you believe you are a failure, you'll act cautiously or avoid risk. A creative person, you'll seek out expression. A resilient soul, you'll rise after setbacks. Belief isn't just about outcomes, it shapes identity. Change your belief about who you are, and your reality changes too. Belief in the face of doubt. When everyone doubts you. Often, belief must endure the weight of external skepticism. This is where Roosevelt's quote becomes revolutionary. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter was published. Oprah was told she wasn't fit for television. Nelson Mandela believed in freedom from apartheid while in prison for 27 years. Belief is most powerful when it stands alone. How to cultivate belief. Visualize your success. Imagine what it looks and feels like to win. Start small. Achieve micro goals to build evidence. Surround yourself with believers. People who see your potential will reinforce it. Reframe failure, see it as feedback, not defeat. Affirm your capabilities, speak belief until it becomes internalized. Belief in leadership. Great leaders instill belief in others. Roosevelt's leadership during crises like the Panama Canal and the Progressive Era reforms was rooted in his conviction that America could lead and reform itself. Leaders who believe empower teams, raise standards, inspire innovation. Leaders who don't believe breed fear, hesitation, and inaction. Belief in education and youth. Young people blossom when someone believes in them. Teachers who say, "I know you can," change lives. Parents who support dreams build confidence. Mentors who affirm potential shape futures. A single belief-filled sentence can redirect a lifetime. Belief and spiritual traditions. Many faiths and philosophies place belief at the center. Christianity, all things are possible to him who believes. Buddhism, right belief is the first step on the Noble Eightfold Path. Islam, faith, iman, is the core of practice. Belief, in this sense, is not passive. It is an act of devotion, hope, and commitment. When belief feels impossible. What happens when you doubt yourself? Return to your why. Purpose rekindles belief. Look back at what you've already overcome. Borrow belief, read biographies, listen to mentors, observe role models. Belief isn't constant, it's something we reignite over and over. Cultural movements fueled by belief. The civil rights movement was driven by belief in justice and equality. The women's suffrage movement was powered by belief in democratic inclusion. The climate movement today is rooted in belief that change is possible. Large-scale progress begins with small groups of people who believe. Self-belief in the age of comparison. In the social media era, belief is harder than ever. Constant comparison breeds insecurity. But Roosevelt's quote reminds us, belief comes from within, not from likes, followers, or fame. The first audience that matters is you. You don't need proof. You need belief, and the rest will follow. Your belief is your superpower. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. This is not just a motivational quote, it's a strategy, a mindset, a philosophy. Belief lifts you when motivation falters. Belief fuels action when logic says quit. Belief becomes the foundation for everything else. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to see the whole staircase. But if you believe you can, you've already crossed the hardest threshold. Because belief is the seed of courage, the spark of discipline, the backbone of success, and once you believe, you are already halfway there.